chat about longer term things with people who have the vision to see things 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 5 years down the line. We have one of the best of breed in that category, Ramdev Agarwal ji, joining us at this point in time in our studio. Thank you very much, Ramdev, for dropping by in the studio.
No, it's a pleasure.
Makes my day. How would you look at 2017? From a valuation front, earnings front, should we expect the first half of the year to really give us gains?
See, whatever we discuss about 6 months, 1 year, it all goes wrong.
Yes.
So
Okay,
the caveat,
let's
I'm
discuss
just
longer
putting
term.
it. Okay.
Okay.
Last year we said we'll make 15-20%. We are struggling with being in positive also. So much for the prediction. Okay. So, but then still one tries to understand what could happen in next year or so. So clearly this year is starting slow, and
Earnings wise, yes.
Earnings wise. Even aggregate earnings wise, last year was also, though the analysts, they all projected 15, 17, 20% kind of growth. Again, people are projecting 17, 18 to be a blast year with 20%. Somehow it didn't materialize. And so till the earnings come. So what is, if you're not seeing generalized market earnings to be exploding, P side, as I said, we are at 20p TTM because trailing 12 months is the only reality, rest all is projection. Okay, so we are at 20 times, which is not low. Okay. The highest range is about 20, 22, so there's not much scope there. So earnings must respond. If the generalized market is not responding, you have to go to the places where it is going to be there. So I know 200, 300 companies, whether you get them or not, there will be there. In any given point of time,
they will grow.
They will grow. They'll find their ways of, say, one Maruti, one Eicher, one Bajaj Finance, one housing finance company here. You will find some 200, 300 companies. So it will remain very selective win. At this time, it is not looking to be a, big...
Buy the market.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not a buffet dinner.
Okay.
You have to select and...
a la carte is better.
A la carte is better.
Okay. Ramdev, good morning. Actually, it's a good day that you've joined us here. It's Lata's birthday today as well. So we are celebrating here in the office. So thank you for being with us.
No, it's a pleasure.
It's also, we've also seen the demonetization impact. Nobody has been able to gauge just yet. But I know that a lot of your research analysts, especially Auto Cement, have been doing channel checks. What's the feedback so far?
So, again, India is such a large country.
Yeah.
South behaves very differently from North. North has added impact of the severe winter and all. So, it is, you cannot really figure out when the quarterly results come on a pan-India basis. Then you can figure out that, yes, because in some places, if you go in the second week of post-demonetization in November, then reactions are like horrifying. You go now, in the same places, a lot of recovery has taken place. In fact, what I see is that recovery is much bigger in reality than what the media works out to be. When you open the television, you find still the country is in deep dark. But if you go to the, Mumbai is completely normal.
Exactly, the malls are full. Yeah.
Even our ATMs have money. Okay, there's not, it's more of a 2,000 rupees note, but liquidity, I don't see any problems in most of the places. But in media, it is made out to be a lot more.
What about rural checks? There as well, things are coming back to normalcy?
Yeah, everywhere. Automotive demands are very, good measure of seeing that.
Yeah, we got that some data coming out of Maruti, or at least a brokerage saying that the Maruti sales bookings in December were good. But can we generalize? Because even in November, Maruti did fine. It was the two-wheelers which showed a lot of pain.
Yes.
What are your channel checks saying?
Yeah, so there what they say, I spoke to some people 4-5 days back. They said urban is back 70-80%. Okay. Rural is still down 50%. That was 7 days back. So, but it is recovering very quickly. And even a week is making a lot of difference. So we have to be hopeful that by end of December, maybe Jan, everything should be, at least liquidity effect will not be there. Then the consumer behavior change, or if you don't give them money because remonetization, the withdrawal limits, how fast they remove, that will bring a lot of transactions, normalcy. Okay. Impact is there still, but I think it is fading away very quickly.
Okay. You're always the man who plays for the longer term and plays micro. But nevertheless, I have to ask you this macro question. Yes. The budget is coming. We just had our own correspondent breaking the news that it could be big on rural, giving some help for farm-related sectors. as well as for housing. Is that a theme you will want to play anyway, with or without the budget?
So this has been theme even last year.
Yes.
It's not any significant, PM Saab this government has always said we want housing for all by 2022. So that housing being a big theme was always there. Rest all rural for socially deprived lot. I mean, that goes on. That's the budget actually.
Yes.
They
Yes,
have
it
to
is
collect
for-
money from Wall Street or Dalal Street and
Give it.
spend in the rural India. So that's the budget. How the tax to GDP happens. See, this is a huge Samudra Manthan we are going through or we have gone
Correct.
through. What actually comes out of it? Is there any lasting change in the behavior of the people in terms
That's
of paying taxes, going digital? And the government is putting all efforts to see that a larger portion of the economy becomes formal. You are providing banking facility. You are forcing people to take salaries, small salaries also in digital format.
Yeah.
I think some more values of the transactions if they go digital, say purchase of gold, purchase of real estate. I mean, in any case, everything else is being bought through trail. So, as more and more part of the economy, and see, I think the real issue is that cost of evasion. Is the cost of evasion high?
Yeah.
People, those who are evading, they know for sure that they can keep the cost of evasion very low. With whatever their own effort and with the help of some people, they can keep the cost of evasion low. And second is that even if you bring down the tax rate and if your evasion cost is low, I mean, people will keep evading.
Has not this whole exercise of the last 8 weeks made people realize that the cost of evasion is very high? So why
Very
not
high.
pay? Will that
But that's a 2-month
behavior
affair.
change?
Once in a lifetime it has happened. Okay,
No, it
so
should be a continuous-
yeah, it should be a continuous affair. If you again can withdraw crores of rupees, go and buy gold, go and buy into your plot of land and all, I think people are already habituated for last 60 years to do that. They'll go back to the old system.
So
So
since we're
that's
talking-
extremely well put in terms of how we should analyze demonetization.
No, since we're talking about taxation, I wanted your view also on all that chaos that happened with the long-term capital gains tax. Even if that doesn't come, there's anything higher short-term capital gains or maybe higher withholding.
dividend.
Will it for the long term actually be a positive if it comes through, or do you think market could get spooked in the near term?
I mean, let whatever they want to do, let them do it, then only we'll analyze. I mean, there is no point in saying, because it is not going to come standalone. Whatever comes, it will come by way of package. So you reduce the corporate tax rate, you probably increase dividend tax, you probably increase some capital gains tax, but corporate tax is reduced. So, I mean, you have to see in toto, what exactly they want. They definitely want to mobilize more resources from the corporate sector. But again, evasion will go up if they put up the roads. But I think FM Saab looks to be pretty inclined to bring down the... My sense is that you keep reducing the tax rate, by 1%, 2% every year. And cost of evasion that, be after them,
Penal.
So when you increase the cost of evasion and lower, compliance cost is low, somewhere there will be a, that golden triangle, golden mean, where people will say that hell with all this black money, full day I have to chase this, let me just pay and be done with.
Okay.
And that point will come where 90-95% of the people, see there will be 5-10% don't chase them, but 80-90% of people will comply at certain point. They're all law-abiding people. Because government has to have trust in so many people evading all over.
That's right, that's right. Ramdev, before we let you go, you're not going to tell us the next stock that is on your watch list, I know. But what sectors are on your watch list? We know, your QGLP, you will look for quality, you will look for growth, you will look for longevity, and you will look for reasonable price. We know that.
Yes.
But what sectors are affording? And did you all crack the digitization puzzle which we discussed at your, gathering? What stocks may benefit because India may pay digitally?
Yeah, so there also it was confusion. We
Yes,
didn't get
there
any
was.
names,
Yeah, we looked only at privately understood
private
things.
this thing. So I think the situation remains same, and more you'll realize that it is more of a mode of payment which will become easier. It might bring more velocity to the money and those kind of
overall
things. So
macro
so some of the well-managed banks or the banks who have edge in digital payments and all. But that edge also will remain very short-lived. In 6 months' time, all the banks will catch up. You know, and even UPI and government is also after their life to make it common across the platform.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like saying that you have another small currency note. Who's benefited? I mean, this digital is just a channel. You know, is a mode of payment. So I don't think it creates per se industry, except for some people in technology. You know, which I am not aware of who will benefit. But broadly, see, in 2-3 months' time, one is that a lot of companies which were growing in the past, say just till September, they will get back their momentum because nothing has changed fundamentally. Second, there will be because of shift. My sense is some of the stronger companies will emerge even stronger. So, like you see that the least fall is in Maruti, and you see the first company to recover will be Maruti kind of companies. So we have to keep watching these stronger companies, how fast they recover, and they are the guys who will gain market share from those who are not well organized, whether it is in paint, whether it is in cement, whether it is in every aspect of life. I think stronger companies, quality companies, they will gain at the cost of weaker companies.
So Ramdev, you do the watching for us. We will watch the Focus 25 and the Focus 35. That'll be the shortcut to watch quality companies.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for dropping by and giving us a look into how the future stock picking should be done.
Thanks.
Well, that's the word from the big man, Ramdev Agarwal. We take a break. Thereafter, we are going to discuss one stock.